Welcome back to Strike the System, and I am your host, Amy. Since yesterday's video, I was all news and all in my feels about news, about kids in cages. Go back and watch that if you haven't heard. Today, we're going to talk about things you can do to help fight this dictatorship, this oligarchy, and all the hate that we have going on in the United States right now. So today, we're going to talk about that because I understand not everybody can do everything. I mean, I sure can't. But I believe everybody can do something. So let's talk about some of those things that, you could do. Because sometimes resources are hard to find. So we'll talk about first, it's National Ground Game. I have spoken about them a little bit before. I did a little more research on it today, and they have a whole postcard initiative right now where you can sign up on there to send postcards. Go to their website, nationalgroundgame.com, for more details on that. There is a new mail protest campaign also, where you send a letter to the White House and you just say no. That's all you have to say in it, just no, and you mail it to the White House. I have the address that will go on the screen here for you to see. It was a gentleman on TikTok who had this idea originally. I lost his name in the middle of all this. The reason it just says no is because there's so much wrong that they're doing that is not in the people's best interest. So we're just saying no in protest, and it'll make somebody open them all up and just see how much we're protesting this. So the gentleman that started this campaign of letter writing is recommending mailing 2 or 3 a week. I'm going to just write out a bunch while I watch a movie and just mail them every other day for the next whoever knows how long. Let's keep protesting in every way we can. And we do have the White House's address here that we'll show you so you can see that. Otherwise, you can always Google it. There is a really great website I've spoken about previously, but we're going to talk a lot more deep in depth with these guys, which is RepresentUs. They have all sorts of great resources. We're going to get more into that here soon. But we're also going to remind everybody of the general strike that you should sign up on your strike card. So it's generalstrikeus.com. This is basically a huge initiative. You just put in some basic information and they text you when they have 11 million people that have committed to strike, and they let you know what to do. You don't have to do anything else. It takes 30 seconds. You go here, you sign your strike card. You should do it. Swingleft.org is another website that has tons of groups. They have 262 groups, including California, Ohio, and Kentucky. I've been specifically asked for groups in those states that have all sorts of events going on. Way too many to list right now. So if you go to that website, you can find groups near you, especially in California. There were a ton. There's the 5calls.org. We've spoken about them a bunch. They have scripts all set up, and you just put in your zip code and it will give you your representative's information, and you can leave messages even after everybody's closed. And just telling them, like, hey, we don't like what's going on. Now into some events. There's on the womensmarch.com page, there is 318 in Little Rock, Arkansas from 11 to 3 p.m. There's a People's March. Go to the Women's March page for more information on that. There is a lot on the Political Revolution page, pol-rev.com. Go to the events tab. There are several new things that have popped up in the last few days. So let's go over these briefly here, but go to this page for the full details. This is just a brief synopsis. So 221 in Trenton, New Jersey, People versus the Oligarchy from 1 to 4 p.m. Again on 221 in Atlanta, Georgia, which this is tomorrow. Piedmont Park, there's a volunteer meetup at 2 p.m. They're talking about upcoming strikes and events in March at that. 222 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida from 1:30 to 3 p.m. It's Musk or Us at the Tesla showroom in Fort Lauderdale. They say meet at the Burlington store parking lot. There's more details in the website, so go check that out. In 222 Tacoma, Washington, and Wright Park, there's an immigrant trans women's healthcare rights gathering. 223 Irvine, California, there's an Orange County rally against fascism in Irving City Hall from 2 to 4 p.m. 224 Modesto, California, from 10 to 2 p.m. There's a protest at Congressman Tom McClintock's office. 228. Now, this is everywhere. There's a one-day boycott of purchasing anything. If you can stay out of work and school, please do, but don't put anyone's life in jeopardy or harm if you're like a healthcare worker and you need you to be to work. We don't want anyone injured for this. But this is, we don't put any money in the economy at all. $0. Okay. Some people are talking about a social media blackout on that day too. So it depends on whose information you're looking at. Now on 3/4, there's a New York City march. They're still planning this. So go into that website, the Political Revolution website, pol.rev for all the, or pol-rev.com for more details on these. Also 3/4 in Lansing, Michigan, there's a march against the monarchy. It looks like a lot of people are working on nationwide protests on March 4th. So go into that page and do some other research and you will find information near you. Now, I wanted to do a deeper dive into this Represent Us page. I just really started digging into this more tonight, and this is an amazing resource. So represent.us. So let's first go over some events they have on their page. On February 23rd, they would make calls to protect our data from Elon Musk. Now, when you look at this, it says you can do this right from your computer. You click RSVP, it gives you details. You can do it right from your computer. How cool is that? February 26th, phone banking 101 with Represent Us, right from your computer. Another February 26th, intro into Represent Us and the anti-corruption pro-voter movement. All these right from your computer. And again, on March 6th, Represent Us social team monthly call. Very cool, right from your computer, super easy. Now, they have a take action section. Now, in this take action section, you'll see they have 3 things. You can join their phone bank team, you can join an action brigade and fight corruption, and then there's the Commonwealth on here too, to make the government more accountable. So here's some other things you can go and join and click on there. Also, our movement in action. If you go in here, they have way more than this too, way more. They have all sorts of different petitions you can sign. Just sitting at your computer, you can do these things. Or they'll have a link where you can call like your Congress people or whatnot. Go take a look at this. It's great. Also on represent.us / they have a blog page, has a ton of information and articles. The most recent one was February 10th of what do the inspector generals do? Just general information, which is good to know since, what was it? How many inspector generals did they fire? 14. So this is just going to really help educate yourself because there's so much fake news. They also have a YouTube page at Represent Us where they have more information and stuff. So really go check it out. Go look at it. It's great information. Lastly, tonight, we're going to talk again because I talk about this every day until it happens. March 15th, there is the Shutdown 315 movement. This is similar to the economic shutdown or economic blackout on the 28th. But besides that, cancel all your subscription services. We don't go out and do anything. We don't put any money into an economy where there's big box stores, where there's chain stores, where they don't support our goals and where they support hate. We don't put money into anybody that's going to support hate, that cancels their DEI. The only thing we put money into is small mom and pop shops that are aligned with our values, right? But the really special thing about this is that it does not end in one day. Some people say, oh, it's over in one day. But really, they have QR codes on here. Go and read the information. There's a lot of information, but it's not overwhelming necessarily. But there's a lot of different ways to support and be part of this movement. This movement isn't just one day. It can go on for a week. It can go on for a month. Who knows? Maybe it goes on for a year because in oligarchs, the only way to really get at them is through their pocketbook. And this is what we want to do. We want to make them hurt and see we're not putting any money into their businesses. And that hopefully will get their attention because we don't want to have to go and do anything more extreme. Nobody wants to do that. But we will fight to protect our country and our community and our allies and all the people that need protecting. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we will win. We will overcome this darkness and this hate because we are all in this together. So take care of you, take care of yours, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.